Vauxhall has dusted off one of its dormant performance sub-brands for the new sports-inclined version of the Insignia.
It comes in two body styles, the Sportster Estate and the Grand Sport hatchback, with a choice of two engines, a 207 bhp bi-turbo diesel or a 256 bhp single-turbo petrol 4.
Both are all-wheel drive, with an 8-speed paddle-shift automatic gearbox.
The chassis has been retuned and the bodywork tweaked for visual and aerodynamic gain.
YGC rather than Shri or GTE or HSR or HP or anything else in Vauxhall's lengthy back catalogue of names for sporty road cars.
Best not to overthink these things. Look no further than the late ADS Carlton XC 3000.
That was a big, butch 5-seater that could embarrass a few more ostensibly sporty contemporaries.
The version we've driven is the Diesel Estate.
The XC sits 4,000 pounds clear of any other Insignia estate, raising an expectation that it's going to be something pretty special, but don't lose sight of the fact that the comparable German alternatives are all significantly more expensive than this newcomer. The first current generation Insignia we drove last year seemed a bit feeble and fussy. We wondered at the time if the estate body and a bigger engine would make more sense.
Here's where we find out.
The XC is at the top of the range in terms of pricing, although the same power and performance can be obtained in other models.
Rather, it's the version that gathers largely familiar ingredients into the most driver-focused package.
The torquey and refined 2.0-liter sequential twin-turbo diesel is Vauxhall's first performance diesel. The 2.0-liter single-turbo petrol alternative is less torquey but more powerful. It has a higher top speed and quicker acceleration.
Both engines are available in both body styles.
All Insignia XC models use the FlexRide adaptive chassis, which is optional on other Insignias, and set up specifically for the XC.
It sits 10 mm lower and has been developed partly at the Nürburgring, obviously, where the XC clocked up quicker lap times than the more powerful but heavier previous generation Insignia VXR.
All-wheel drive is available on other Insignias, but it's compulsory on the XC, in specially calibrated form.
Part of the package is a torque vectoring system that takes the form of a twin-clutch diff on the rear axle, diverting torque to wherever it's most needed for faster cornering and improved stability in tricky conditions.
You get an 8-speed paddle shift auto with no manual option.
There are upgraded brakes, Brembos at the front, and new lightweight 20-in wheels.
There are 4 driving modes: Standard, Sport, Tour and Competitive, that adjust the yaw damping, ABS, traction control and stability control.
The leather front seats are in Gateway design for the XC, with massage, cooling and adjustable side bolsters, as is the flat bottom steering wheel, and you get aluminum pedals.
They're fine as far as they go.
Flicking between the modes does make a difference to the car's demeanor, but not radically so.
It never feels particularly nimble or lively, and the steering is always a little numb.
The 8-speed automatic transmission isn't intrusive if left to make its own changes, and undramatic but effective if you used the paddles or lever to shift for yourself.
Aside from sacrificing a slender degree of refinement at the altar of sporty suspension, this is still a very sensible package, long, low, wide and essentially easygoing.
Anyone who needs to carry 2 or 3 long-legged passengers in the back seats should include an Insignia on their shortlist, especially if they do a lot of motorway miles, where the Insignia feels most in its element.
And although the XC spec level isn't luxury-orientated like Elite Nav, it is in fact just as well equipped as standard.
It's a lot of car for your money.
You get a decent sat-nav as part of a touchscreen system. There's very good sound from the Bose audio, while the front and outer rear seats are heated, and the backseat passengers also get 2 USB slots.
There's cruise control, a head-up display, LED matrix headlights, auto lights and wipers, tinted rear windows, hill assist, tire pressure monitoring and keyless entry.
Many options are available, such as the opening full-length sunroof, different paint finishes and various upholstery variants.
But go easy or you'll soon be facing a total bill in the high 30s.
It's not an extreme car, with nothing about the ride or refinement to annoy and discommode passengers.
The performance in this diesel version is all about the torque. You have masses of the stuff in reserve, ready to assist with overtakes and to provide easy high-speed cruising.
Vauxhall has consciously alluded to past glories with the XC name, but the reality is that this honest, decent car is essentially old-fashioned in what it does and how it does it.
It's not alone.
The rivals are the Skoda Superb Sport line, Ford Mondeo ST line, Jaguar XF, at a stretch the Kia Stinger or even the Ford Mustang, and at a stretch in the other direction the VW Arteon.
All have much to commend them, although they all sit a little awkwardly in a market that's rapidly being overtaken by coupes and SUVs. These not quite premium saloons, estates and big hatches all seem to be aimed at an audience that nipped out for a quick fag in the interval and decided not to come back.
There is plenty to appreciate about the Insignia XC.
It's comfortable, roomy, decently refined, well equipped with safety and infotainment, suitably clean and economical, and capable of maintaining brisk cross-country average speeds.
It's just not very much fun to drive or exciting to live with.